What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple Newtype, and in this episode we are returning to the manga Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn Ben Dessiné. Did you know that just means comic in French? Stupid French. Last time we were introduced to Laplace's box, now held by the Vist Foundation. They tried to pass it off to the sleeves, but Mineva wants to stop it. Banana found out about and lost his father in a matter of 30 seconds. This time, Banana fights in the Gundam against Merida. The Nahil Argama learns that they are carrying Mineva Zabi, and Full Frontal unleashes Sinanju on Unicorn. So let's get into this. Banana gets into the Unicorn Gundam. He approaches the Kshatriya and tackles the mobile suit out of the colony. Merida Cruz unleashes funnels and surrounds Unicorn. This activates the NTD system. Unicorn is able to bend light. Neat. The Gundam now glows red. The Unicorn fin splits to become the Gundam V-fin. Mineva is probably thinking of Yuta. What happened to him? I need to know how Moon Gundam connects to this. Its speed increases rapidly. Merida could tell this mobile suit is using a Seiko frame. Stupid Riddy is watching while giving his stupid commentary. The two clash back and forth before the Gundam takes off the Kshatriya's wing booster. Zinnerman and the Garncier's crew makes it out of the colony so Merida could retreat. The Nahil Argama tells the unidentified Gundam to tell them who they are. Magalanica is secure. They are searching for the box. Zinnerman contacts Angelo and informs him of the situation. Full Frontal overhears their chat and says he needs to investigate this Gundam himself. Zinnerman plans on making an attack on the Nahil Argama. We get the flashback on Cardius doing tests on Banana and his mother taking him away. While scouting debris, they stumble onto an abandoned Salamis-class ship. Riddy's commander tells him that every second he hesitates on the battlefield can potentially get people killed. Aaron Terzieff explains to Dagaza and Ekoes that he really doesn't know too much about the Gundam. Aaron is a part of Anaheim Electronics and is trying not to incriminate himself and is being tight-lipped. Dagaza reminds him that they are a part of the military and they don't play corporate games. So he better open his mouth if he doesn't want to be thrown in the brig. He tells him that the NTD system exceeds human limitation and can only be activated for 5 minutes. That is when Alberto Vist comes in and says, "Please don't incriminate the company." The ship is leaving the sector. They still don't know if the Gundam has anything to do with Laplace's box. But the fat unicorn wants to go to Von Braun City instead of Luna 2. Riddy meets Audrey. He tells her he was the one who rescued her. Riddy gets a boner and is ready to throw it all away for this girl. He wants to take her to look at the Gundam. Mika and Takuya want to see as well. Captain Otto is tired of the Federation allowing civilians to dictate military orders. They spot some junk in their way and fire on it. This was a setup by the Garncier's crew. They now know the location of the Nahil Argama. While looking at the Gundam, Riddy thinks that Audrey looks familiar. Luckily, he doesn't know her real identity. They are finally able to get the cockpit of the Gundam open. Many are shocked to see it is Banana. Banagher flashes back to his childhood, where his mother takes him away from Cardius's testing. The mother tells him to sacrifice one of his own family, reminding you that Banagher is a love child. It turns into a nightmare and Cardius and the Gundam chase him. He wakes up in the infirmary of the Nahil Argama. Mika and Takuya are watching over him. The doctor is Hassan, who served as the Argama's doctor and has been on the Nahil Argama since UC-0088. I'm disappointed he doesn't really show up in Zeta Defined too much. Also, remember that one time he tried to look at Emma's tits?
Onto your top, Emma.
No, really, I feel fine.
Daguza comes in and wants to know why the boy has military equipment. These crimes are serious and could lead to his execution. Sergei is joining the Sleeves Royal Guard under Angelo's command. They are preparing for battle as they tail the Nahil Argama. Banana tells Daguza that Cardius gave the Gundam to him and told him to protect everyone. He also mentions that he is his father. Was Banana. Was. The ship is attacked. It is the Sleeves. They go to Red Alert and prep for launch. Approaching them is a red mobile suit. It is Full Frontal. He wants to fight the Gundam with his stolen Sinanju. Audrey passes by Daguza, who recognizes who she is. As Riddy passes by Banana, he has his own struggle and is insecure about the fact that this little kid is a better pilot than he is. Audrey finds Banana and tells him to escape with her in the Gundam. Daguza and one of his men search EFF servers to confirm that the girl is Mineva. He realizes this ship is carrying something even more important than the box. Mineva wants to find a ship and go into hiding. She will find a way to get rid of the Gundam as it too is dangerous. But Banana doesn't want to know what she should do. He wants to know what she wants to do. They spend too much time thinking up cool one-liners, and Daguza finds and apprehends the two. Riddy's commander's name is Norm Basilikok Romero. I'm an adult, I can move forward without making fun of his name. If you're looking for some cool Rizal porn, this manga is for you. The artwork is great. Riddy launches. His wingman is shut down before even leaving the mobile suit deck. Alberto Vist thinks it is the Red Comet. He explains that 2 years ago, Anaheim Electronics was transferring a new mobile suit to the Federation when it was attacked and the mobile suit was stolen. He explains the man, Full Frontal, who calls himself the second coming of Shar. He is piloting the Sinanju. He was able to take out 2 Klopp-class ships in the past. We have already covered the Band Disney prologue manga, which covers the hijacking of the Sinanju Stein. Definitely go give that one a watch if you haven't. The port side of the Nahal Argama is hit, while chaos breaks out on the bridge. Daguza brings in Mineva. Riddy and his commander are trying to keep up with the Sinanju, but they are being outpaced. They lose him for a second, but Full Frontal attacks from below, taking down Rizal in the process. Angelo and the Royal Guards are just watching from a distance. He says that they would just get in the way. Daguza sends out an open message to everyone saying that they have Mineva Zabi on board their ship. Like in the prologue manga, Mineva doesn't know where Full Frontal came from, although it is greatly insinuated that Manahan Bakuro created the clone Full Frontal. Daguza demands that they comply with them if they want to guarantee Mineva's safety, but they can't prove that it is Mineva, and they give counter-demands to hand over anything regarding Laplace's box. They know that EFF has the Gundam. Daguza is starting to realize the bigger picture here. The fat unicorn opens his fat mouth on open comms, mentioning the Gundam is the key to the box. Someone shut this guy up. Daguza pulls a gun on Mineva, but she says the sleeves aren't going to bend the knee to these tactics. His best bet is to stop Neo Zeon and to kill her and destroy the Gundam. That is when Banana comes in and tells Audrey to leave with him. She says her name is Mineva Zabi. Boy. Daguza says, "Listen, kid, you're trash. You will never be on her level. You're way out of your league, bro. Get out of here." We have the adults don't understand children moment that comes with every mainline Gundam series. Their time is up and Neo Zeon begins their attack again. Banana says he will pilot the Gundam. If they take down the Reed mobile suit, they won't need Audrey as a hostage. That should say Red mobile suit, right? No, it says Reed mobile suit. I think everyone's favorite Zeke translator needs to work with an editor. Riddy takes on Full Frontal. His commander comes in to help, but the Sinanju slices off the Rizal's arms and stabs through the cockpit. Before dying, the commander tells him to follow his beliefs. Riddy takes this the wrong way and will kill a fan favorite in the future. The Gundam preps for launch. Captain Otto didn't allow this. It was Alberto. He thinks if the Gundam is the key and they break the key, then Neo Zeon doesn't get the box. You definitely have the desire to punch Alberto in the face more so in the comic. What a pompous dick. But it really does a good job at helping you understand the downfall of Anaheim Electronics. Alberto explains the osmosis injection. The wiki refers to this as DDS. But the Gundam can go 20 Gs, which is more than the human body can handle. So the pilot is injected with some bro science to help handle all the Gs. Human eyeballs fly out of the socket around 10 Gs. That's something to think about. Banana fires his beam magnum and kills Sergei. It was his first day on the job, and now he's gone. The beam magnum didn't even hit him. It just grazed his Girazulu. Full Frontal tells Banana to stop trying to hit him and just hit him like he's Morpheus. The two bob and weave when Angelo gets a direct hit on Unicorn, but it is blocked by its eye field. Full Frontal does a sweet Char kick on the Gundam, knocking Banana into an asteroid. This causes him to activate the NTD system. The two clash. Banana is able to get a hit. Full Frontal runs away and Banana chases. He is running into a trap. Riddy tries to stop him, but it is too late. The Kshatriyas funnels fire on the Gundam. Marita joins the battle. She circles around him before getting a punch on the Gundam's cockpit. Yeah, you could probably feel that throughout your body. She is able to capture Banagher. Full Frontal praises her. They all head back to Palau, taking the Gundam with them. Meanwhile, inside the Gundam, the Laplace program is activated. This wasn't a part of the specs and were added later by the Fist Foundation. It shows the pilot checkpoints that he must travel to, with the last location being Laplace's box. Martha Vist tells Alberto that Banana is Cardius's bastard, who he entrusted the Gundam to. You shot his dad, that's on you. Don't come running to me for help when that little kid tries to kill you. Meanwhile, Riddy is having an internal struggle with himself, and he is losing, so he takes it out on a toy plane. How do you lose to yourself, bro? He then pays Mineva a visit. And that will do it for this episode. People seem to have more of a stick up their ass in the manga, unlike the OVA. It makes me wonder what the light novels are like, which I haven't read yet. We will get there. However, outside of Riddy's internal struggle, there isn't too much of a difference. The artwork is awesome though. Next time, Banana and Neo Zeon head to Palau. Banana talks to Full Frontal, and EFF attacks an asteroid with children. Sucks your parents are freedom fighters, get wrecked, kids. But that will do it for now, Newtypes. Remember, don't let children fight problems adults start. Peace.